All right, starting a 43-mile backpacking trip in the Smokies on the AT, going up to the Mount Collins shelter. First day at Newfound Gap, Tennessee-North Carolina border. See how crowded it is. It's very popular in the summertime. And there's the monument FDR made back in the 40s to commemorate the park, or to inaugurate it. I can't remember which, but anyway, it looks like he's getting a tow. Very popular place indeed. So let's start walking. It's early in the day. It's only 1 o'clock, so I'll probably be at the shelter before 4. I believe it was 1,600 feet of elevation gain in this 5 miles. Walking south. And then tomorrow I have 22 miles to the Russell Field shelter from Mount Collins shelter. And I will be passing over Klingman's Dome. I will take you up to see the summit, the observation point. The final day, Wednesday, will be 16.1 miles to the Fontana Dam Road at the marina. And this is going to be a 43 mile backpacking trip. I was going to do it from Davenport Gap in the north, but I decided to alter my plans. I'll come back in the fall and do it. Reason being is because I worked yesterday, 6.5 hours, and it would have been a little bit much to have to hike the 15.5 miles back to the Tri-Corner Knob shelter. With 5,500 feet of elevation gain, I wouldn't have gotten there until late, even if I would have started my route at Pepsi really early. So this is the easier option. I'll come back there in the fall and start at Newfound Gap and hike to Davenport Gap. So anyway, folks, it's going to be a good trip. Stay with me. There's going to be a lot of good sights, and the weather's supposed to be great. It's supposed to be 47 degrees tonight at the shelter. Chance of thunder showers, but keeping our fingers crossed that won't be an issue. All right, everyone. I want to show you how it looks over here. I've been gaining a lot of elevation, climbing these little hills, and about a mile in, it's getting pretty steep, but I'm enjoying it. I'm surprised I haven't seen too many people. Just 3 young women that were about 1/10 of a mile from where I started at Newfound Gap. They weren't sure how close they were, and they said that it wasn't marked, so I said, yeah, you're almost at the gap. So yeah, other than that, I've not seen anybody else. So maybe this section is just not as popular, or maybe it's just not a good day for day hikers, but I'm enjoying it. And I want to show you the new trail runners I picked up at REI. Got the Hoka Challenger trail runners, very light on my feet and very comfortable. So the reason why I decided to go with trail runners when I'm accustomed to ankle height boots, like my Merrell Moab waterproof boots, is because on the last trip I had an issue where the boots got wet in the rain, and I had some little streams there on the trail because of the fast rain that was coming down, that my boots stayed wet. And the next day I was hiking back out of here in wet boots, and if I would have had to keep on going like that, I would have ended up with blisters. So I mean, waterproof is good for some things, but when you're in wet, really wet conditions, probably not the best thing to have, because yeah, you need to take care of your feet if you want to put down miles, and that just goes without saying. So not that I don't love Moab is, or I should say Merrell Moabs, that particular model of the Merrell boots is one of my favorites. I've had several pairs, but I think I'd have to stick with the non-waterproof the next time I get a pair, because I just don't like having wet feet. They just don't dry out fast enough. You could air dry them, and it takes more than 24 hours, it seems, because even when I got home, I had them outside in the open air, and they were still damp the next day, mildly so. But I need something that can dry out quick, and I've heard a lot of good things about Hoka. They're like the ultras, you know, real lightweight trail runners. So, but I still have a lot of miles to put down, so I'll let you know my final analysis when it's all said and done. And but so far I'm loving them. So, all right then, we got some miles to make. So came to this little setup here with a fence line. I didn't expect that. You gotta go down and around. It is a beech forest exclosure. Interesting. So I thought I'd share that with you guys. Well, I made it home for the night. The Mount Collins shelter. It is a nice spot. It was only 5 miles to get here. They say it's 5/10 of a mile from the intersection of the Sugarland Trail, but it didn't even seem that long. It was like nothing at all to get here from there, right off the AT. 5/10 of a mile. So, give you a look around. Nice little shelter though. There's a privy down there. The water was just up the trail that way. 1/10 of a mile. So I'm gonna settle in for the night, and got here really early. It only took me 2.5 hours to do those 5 miles, so it's just after 3:30. I started just after 1 o'clock, and here already, so I'm gonna enjoy it because I got a long day tomorrow. So signing off for now, folks. Have a good night. If there's anything more, I'll be back. If not, I'll talk to you in the morning.